You've probably heard of dragons before. Are they evil? Bringers of misfortune? Maybe you've played a game called Age of Mythology Retold. In the Chinese civilization, there's a divine creature known as Qinglong. It is incredibly powerful. With its sleek green-blue body, the ability to fly, and the power to shoot bursts of water that damage units. Maybe you watched the movie NeZha and heard about the dragon of the East Sea, who is also the father of Baoqun. So, how is the Dragon King connected to Qinglong? Let's uncover the mysteries one by one. We'll break the video down into three parts. The first part is mainly about the Qinglong, a rather comprehensive introduction about it. The second part would explain the relationship between Qinglong and the Dragon King of the East Sea. And the third part would introduce some relevant folk customs about the Qinglong. Now, let's begin. Qinglong, also known as Azure Dragon, is a legendary figure in ancient Chinese mythology. It is the guardian of the East, one of the four celestial beasts alongside the black tortoise, white tiger, and vermilion bird. Qinglong represents the East and the season of spring. It's tied to rain, wind, water, and rising energy of the sun, symbol of life and renewal. Qinglong represents the East and the season of spring. But where does the Qinglong originate from? Why is it the god of the East? And why is it linked to the element of wood and season of spring? The origins of Qinglong are closely tied to natural phenomena and rooted in ancient Chinese understanding of the stars, or astronomy, and the rhythm of farming life. In old China's astronomy system, the sky was divided into 28 dimensions, and the eastern section contained 7 of them: a horn, neck, roots, rump, heart, tail, and winnowing basket. The ancient Chinese people, with a spark of imagination, saw the 7 eastern mansions, forming a shape of a dragon. So the image of eastern dragon was born. Horn, the dragon's horns, strong and unyielding. Neck, the dragon's neck, upright and resilient. Root, the base of the dragon's neck, solid and steady. Rump, the dragon's shoulders, but raw and powerful. Heart, the dragon's heart, vital and central. Tail, the dragon's tail, graceful and agile. Winnowing basket, the tip of the dragon's tail, perfectly gathered and poised. See, when you connect the 7 eastern mansions, it kind of looks like a dragon, doesn't it? In fact, the 28 mansions are divided into 4 groups: East, West, South, and North, with 7 stars in each group. The shapes of stars in each group were imagined to resemble different animals, giving rise to the 4 celestial beasts. According to the ancient Chinese philosophy of the 5 elements, everything in the universe is made up of 5 basic forces: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Each element has its own direction, season, and color. The east is where the sun rises, symbolizing the birth of new life and energy. The rising sun marks the beginning of vitality, while the element of wood represents growth and renewal. Think about it. Spring, the season of rebirth, brings vibrant green plants and bursting life. This is the essence of wood's growth and expansion. These natural phenomena align perfectly, painting a picture of spring's vitality and transformation. That's why the East is associated with wood, representing spring, a time of rebirth, growth, and flourishing life in nature. Ancient Chinese people observed nature and noticed that the appearance of the 7 eastern mansions often matched rainfall. They believed the dragon controlled the rain, since rain determined crops' yields, which in return affected people's life. So it became an important figure in Chinese farming society. As a result, people revered the dragon, and it became the most important totem. This gave rise to the full image of the Qinglong, protector of the East, representing the wood and spring. With its blue-green form, unlike evil dragons, the Qinglong has the power to control water and climate necessary for life, bring vitality and hope to the people. Now, for those of you who have watched the movie NeZha, you might be wondering, what's the connection between the Qinglong and the Dragon King of the East, who is also the father of Baoqun? In fact, even though both are called dragons and share connection to the East, they belong to different Chinese mythological systems. During Chinese Han Dynasty, Buddhism began to spread from India to China. In Indian Buddhist tradition, the Naga, the serpent deities, possess supernatural powers and can summon cloud and bring rain. When Buddhist scriptures were translated into Chinese, the word Naga rendered as dragon or long, a Chinese creature with similar shape and abilities, making it easier for Chinese people to understand and accept. Over time, the Buddhist Naga belief gradually merged with China's native dragon worship traditions. Taoism, China's native religion, adopted the Chinese Buddhist idea of Dragon King and created the systems of 4 Dragon Kings. Rulers of the East, West, South, and North Seas. Baoqun, the Dragon King of the East Sea, is the leader of them all. The Dragon King of the East Sea is an individual deity with his own name, personality, and family. Many Chinese myths tell stories about him. For example, in the movie of NeZha, based on creation of the gods, Baoqun is the Dragon King of the East Sea. His son is Baobin. His siblings are the Dragon Kings of the West, South, and North, Baoqun, Baorun, and Baoshun. Baoguang is a strict father who wants his son Baobin to live up to his expectations. But he also stands brave against heavily caused oppression. Another example is from Journey to the West. Wukong got his famous weapon, the Ruyi Jinggu Bang, or compliant golden rod, from the Dragon King of the East Sea. He also received extra gears from Dragon Kings of West, South, and North. They are chain golden armor, phoenix wing purple gold crown, and a lotus silk cloud chalice. The Qinglong comes from the ancient Chinese 4 symbols in astronomy and the yin-yang 5 elements theory. Its concept dates back long before the Dragon King of the East Sea. Qinglong is a symbolic cosmic creature representing the forces of nature. It has no personal name, no family, and no human-like personality. Instead, it's an abstract embodiment of life-giving forces of the East, often appearing in Chinese astronomy and feng shui. For example, there is a common feng shui setup called Qinglong formation. In this layout, the front door of a house is often placed facing east to welcome more sunlight and positive energy. People might also put green plants or a statue or painting of Qinglong on the east side of their homes to boost energy in that direction. In short, the Dragon King of the East Sea is a water deity from folk mythology. Well, the eastern Qinglong is a celestial garden beast, a symbol of the east, in the cosmic order. Let me share a Chinese folk tradition connected to the Qinglong, dragon raising its head, on the second day of the second lunar month. According to the ancient Chinese sky watching, this is the day when the two stars that forms the dragon's horns first appear in the night sky, while the rest of the dragon's body remains hidden. It looks as if the dragon is waking from its winter slumber, just beginning to lift its head. This day marks the arrival of spring. People celebrate with all kinds of lovely traditions, hoping for good weather and a bountiful harvest. In some places, villagers carry a blue-green dragon that's over 100 meters long, through streets and over bridges. Some people choose the day to get their hair cut, symbolizing good luck and fortune for the year ahead. In southern China, dragon boat races are held, representing courage and determination, while praying for success and growth in the coming year. That's a quick look at the Qinglong. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'm happy to answer it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.